All right, Dwane Dixon here for Massive Power.
If you had to choose, let's say, superficially, just for the fun of it, an instrument or voice, and what if you can only do one, sing or play a guitar or play a piano or play drums, which one would you choose? That's a hard.
But I can't sing and play guitar.
Nope.
One or
you
the
can't.
other.
No, you can play the guitar, but the one you choose will be the ultimate.
I mean,
It'll be what you'd be known for. Oh, his voice, his guitar.
I've always identified myself more of a guitar player, but I played guitar and sang, and like as soon as I learned, I learned the words.
Yeah.
I learned the words.
Everyone tells me to learn that, and I refuse.
Love that song.
Right?
It's a standard, though.
So every song that I learned on guitar, I also learned the words on, and that's.
Did you have a hard time matching it up?
No, because I
Some people do, right?
started at the same time, both of them.
Did you take lessons?
Not for about 10, 12 years of my playing. So I started playing at around 10.
Right.
And I didn't take my first serious lesson, meaning a lesson that actually taught me something, because I took a lot of lessons here and there, but guitar teachers, they want to say, oh, do you know this riff? And I'm like, I don't care about the riff. I want to learn how to play guitar. I want to learn how the neck works. So after years of frustration, I was 22 when I got my first serious guitar lesson, but I'd already been in bands for 10 years.
Yeah.
I was in my first band at 13 years old, playing parties all over Chateauguay. I grew up in Chateauguay, and we'd do house parties in people's basements and stuff. And then I met this guitar player, teacher. His name was Mark Fleury, and I hope he's still around, Mark. I haven't seen you in years. And he taught me what the map of the guitar was. And I went from being a guy who had good days and bad days. Well, put it this way, they offered me a job 3 months after my first lesson. I suddenly understood it. All the lights went on. And then a year after that, I went to Concordia and I studied music. I studied classical theory and composition, integrated music studies.
Oh wow! So did you get a degree in the whole 9 yards?
Yeah, well, no, it's so me. I'm three credits short. I'm a music history course short of my bachelor in fine arts.
You learn.
But I learned. It was a mind-blowing and completely transformative experience.
Because I saw a guy on YouTube. All these guys on YouTube to teach guitar, talk guitar. But this guy seemed a bit annoying. But he had his 25 things you should know. All those. But he had one point that I found very interesting when it came to music lessons. And he says, "Oh, I can learn myself. I can learn my ear." He says that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because from my understanding, you're only going to get to a certain level. But taking theory, taking lessons can bring you to another level. Because, like you said, now you have an understanding.
You know the map. There's a map. And there is a map. There's patterns that occur. And if you know what the patterns are, if you know the code, you crack the code, suddenly everything, opens right up. And then when I went to university, I stopped playing guitar for 4 years, and I just took 4 years of piano lessons.
Really?
Because I wanted to learn how to read scores. I wanted, I would.
So you know how to read music?
Well, I'm not a sight reader, but I can write and I can read and I can.
Okay, sure.
Because I was doing things like I would write for piano and violin. I'd write a string quartet. I'd write, that was the stuff I went crazy on Beethoven and Bela Bartok and Mozart and all that stuff.
Idea,
oh yeah, it was transformative. That 4 years, that 4 years was crazy. Then I came out and I kind of relearned guitar again.
Sure, but it must have come.
Oh, I never forgot it.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But so.
But that's your love, guitar, as opposed to drums, piano, or everything else.
And really, my true love is singing and playing because I realize that people, I love to connect with people. That's my thing.
Music is the best way to connect.
And people connect. Everyone loves a good guitar player, sure, but they connect with the voice.
Yeah.
They connect with the words. They connect with the emotion in your voice, And I gave a lot of emotion last night. That's why I got my sexy bedroom voice for you this morning. A little bit hoarse. It was really dry in the club last night. But, so I don't know. If I had to just do one thing, I would pick guitar because I could talk and I could connect with people through words instead of singing. But the guitar, I think, is my one true love.
Well, it speaks in another way because you remind me. I saw an interview with Ian Thornley from Big Wreck, and Slash invited him to join the band. And they said because he's got a voice.
Oh, he's incredible. Yeah, he's an amazing
Chris Cornell
talent.
level, right?
Exactly.
So,
Amazing talent.
So they brought him down. They jammed, and they said, "Okay, you're in the band." He says, "I want my guitar." They said, "Well,
We want
you
you to
don't.
sing."
We want you to sing." He says, "I have to have a guitar in my hand." And
Yeah.
That, well, it didn't ruin it. It didn't work out, but
I think Ian Thornley's done all right on his own.
oh, he done all right, but
done
he's saying the same thing you are.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Elton John said that too. He said, "You know how many times I've been encouraged in my career to get up from behind the piano and become the frontman." And he said the best thing I ever did was just completely refuse that.
Yeah.
So he stayed behind his piano because that's him. Elton
That's
is
art.
the voice and the
Exactly.
and really for me it's the voice and the guitar together.
Yeah.
That's really. But if you held a gun to my head, I'd probably pick the guitar. You know why? Because music, pure music without words, it's philosophical, it's metaphysical. The second that you put words to it, it becomes concrete. It becomes there's a direct idea.
Yeah,
I love you, or my heart is broken, or I'm angry, or I'm
Yeah, but there's always the expression as well. But Dwayne can make that guitar sing.
That's it. But nobody knows exactly what I'm saying, so
yeah.
they can listen to it over and
But
over.
they can feel it.
They can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, I hear it. Tell me about your band. Now, do you have different guys? Because you play a variety of music, country and rock, do you have different drummers, different bass players?
Not really. Is
it the same guys that do everything with you?
I started off just like a blues rock trio, and it was a trio because it was financial. You want to get paid, and also I always loved Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush, one of my original guitar player heroes. Jimi Hendrix, and even all the great bands like Led Zeppelin. Black Sabbath, Van Halen, they're a trio with a singer up front. So all you need is a voice and the three-piece.
Yeah.
So I started off with that, and I've been playing for about 5 years with Pascal Tirapani. He's an amazing bass player who sings...
that guy from Help?
He's the guy from Help and from the Elton John tribute Elton songs. He's amazing. And he's an incredible backup singer, great lead singer, and an amazing bass player. I've been with him for 5+ years now, and I've got another guy who's my main drummer, T-Burst Perlot. He didn't grow up around here. He's a Canadian citizen now, but he grew up in the Netherlands, so he's not known by a lot of people, but he's been with me for 8 years. And he knows all of my repertoire. I've got all my original Dwane Dixon stuff that I do, like if I play at the Tremblant Blues Festival or the Montreal Jazz Fest, I mostly do my original compositions. They know all of those, and then I just, slapped them with a whole country repertoire, and they learned all that.